Ladies and gentlemen, I am right now having a stomach ache and I would like to go and quickly finish this quick segment to tell you what to prepare, right? You see, there will be a series of video segments that will be totally focused on one kind of a web form. That web form uses grid view. But let us actually revise what has been done in the previous video segment. You see, in the previous video segment, right, we have been working on the update form. Oops, this one is Google Doc. Let me come back to here. So this is the update form. Now we have developed this update form so that the form can actually show one record at a time and help the user to make changes on the correct record. So let's take a look at the SQL Server Management Studio. You notice that I have 3 records, and the first record is Simpson, and notice that it has a record ID of 12. So if you take a look at this browser here, I'm actually calling out the ADM update staff.aspx. At the same time, I'm asking the web form to show the record which is having the unique record ID of 12. Right, notice that I'm passing in a query string name, staff record ID, and the value is 12. That's how this web form was able to go and show the record, right? But of course, you're not going to let the user, in order to go and key in which record he wants to go and see, like for example 1, or like for example 15, or like for example 14. Now let me show you. If let's say that the user want to go and show Robert, which is uniquely represented by 16, what will happen? Oh, you expect the user to go and key in 16 here to go and show Robert? Right, come on lah, cannot lah. The user will definitely chuck this entire monitor, the entire browser away. Okay? Right, so we need to go and work on another web form that will help the user to go and select the correct record. In other words, what kind of web form are we looking at here? We are looking at a kind of web form which is called ADM staff management.aspx. Okay, so this is the web form that you are going to work on. Right, so you notice that right now I have a grid view control which is actually allowing me to go and see 3 records, and notice that if I click the update button, if I click ding, it will show Simpson. Notice that staff record ID equals to 12. Now come back to here. Notice that right now I'm going to slowly click on Robert. Right, notice that I'm going to click on the update button at the Robert row. If I click, you notice that, right, somehow or the other the web browser is able to be redirected into the update form, and at the same time requesting this update form to show the content of the record, which is represented by the record ID of 16. So this is definitely the web form that we are going to focus in the upcoming video segments. Okay, how to go and build the grid view, how to go and build the update button and the logic behind it to help the user to select, and also how to delete. You see, so notice that I've already selected 2 records to delete. So notice that right now I'm going to delete. 2 records have been deleted. Is this fake? Is it fake? Okay, let us check. This is actually the 3 records right now, and notice that I only got 1 more record left. So let us actually do a full delete. Now finally 1 more delete. Wow, no more records. So notice that the grid view does reflect the changes, and let us take a look here. Any more records? Oh my god, there's no more record. So make sure that you find a very important file. This file I will be making available inside the YouTube segment as a Google Doc. This file. What is the file name? The file name is actually something called database table and records setup.sql. So this file is actually available so that you can actually select these important keywords, right? This important SQL command, execute it, and immediately you can repopulate or get your staff table to have new records, fresh records, to continue your experimentation. So there are several files that you can download. In fact, I'm also going to get ready another Word document file that will tell you all the important changes, all the important code. So all these files are tied to this video segment. You must actually download it. In fact, I will also prepare the web project. You see, this is the web project. These web projects already got all the working code, right? Because when I begin the video segment, I'm going to start deleting all the code, such as, like for example, this code here, the which one? Get. Okay, this one. You see, like for example, get all staff data. This code will be needed, right? for your practice. So I'm going to actually delete away soon, okay, before I start demoing. So all this working code is ready, right? It is going to be tied to this video segment. Make sure you download it and make sure you go and change what? Change the web.config. Make sure you go and change the web.config, right? The connection string, so that it can work on your database, okay, right? Thank you very much. Thank you for your time. Please prepare before you continue the next following video segments that will totally focus on the development of the grid view, okay, that will totally focus on the development of the grid view. Let me actually take a look, right? This is actually the grid view. We are going to work on this one. Make sure your environment is ready, make sure your database is ready, make sure your project is ready, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.